Hello? Hi everyone. Is this all working okay? We've lost Marty from the multicam. Because Rach came home and he has to investigate doors. The cards are getting a bit roughed up. Hi everyone though. Welcome back to Roleplayer Adventures, where we will be continuing our actual journey, our actual quest. We had a bit of a side quest last episode, but we'll be back to our main adventures, where we are encountering something to do with the ghost eaters of the Forgotten Forest, which I don't quite remember why we're here. I'm sure Rachel will remember. Why is that screen not working? Hi, Mayor of Canada. Thanks for that start. You can see, you can hear. Great. Thanks, STG. Hi, Rach. Rach just got in.
Hello.
And get rid of these books and have a proper book. And does my Patreon button isn't even on here. So yes, do you remember why we're doing the Ghost Eaters of the Forgotten Forest, Rach? Do you remember why we're on our way here?
We're going to Fallandor.
Do you remember why?
No, we're escaping, aren't we, from the prison?
Oh yes, we've just escaped.
And
Was that
we're trying
Styx?
to hide from the callback guards. Yeah. No, prison was number 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was a while ago.
Then something happened in 6.
We had a side quest. We had a big.
Bogroot swamp.
We got roped into a
swamp.
We got roped into a gladiator tournament and stuff. So, Rach, I think we're all set up. Takes away with the first with the intro to the adventure. You okay?
It's not on there.
Well, it will be if you open it up.
Oh.
That one.
I don't know if everybody wants to see the front cover.
I've shown it off, Rach.
Okay.
Off installing.
It's only 1 minute late. I was in the toilet. Just got home.
That minute. You wouldn't believe the chaos.
After your encounter with Elsafor in Bogroot Swamp, you flee along Stonespine Ridge to Fallandor at the edge of the Forgotten Forest, where you hope to find the lost Castle Carnival and hide from the gangs of bounty hunters on your trail. Fallandor's streets are silent. You creep forward with care. As you approach the city centre, you are shocked to see hundreds of spirits wandering in and out of shops and drifting in slow circles through the crumbling market square. Only one living soul stands among them, a human woman with a simple wooden staff. She calls you forward and introduces herself as Zereth. Her forehead is marked in black ash with the eye of the starlit door. Slayer of King Taron and traitor to the crown, she says, smiling. Welcome to Fallandor. There is something I would like to show you. And we're in location A.
Okay.
Remember, this is like she's trying to destroy the world, isn't she? The thingy.
Yeah, there's something fishy going on with the starlit door. We don't quite know what still.
So we're in A.
Marty's wondering where we are. Yes, we're in A.
Marty's wondering where we are. Oh,
He's meowing.
Is he peeping in?
He's meowing from downstairs. Even though he could have stayed in here.
We had to come and see who was coming in through the front door.
Alright, so Fallandor. So collect the XP.
Zereth guides you through Fallandor's winding streets, stopping only when you reach a large group of spirits gathered at the forest's edge. Staring into the crowd, you were shocked to see the ghost of King Taron among them. Last you saw him, the king was still alive, having escaped into a rift. Taron opens his mouth as if to speak, but no sound escapes his lips. A giant floating ball with several dozen eyes emerges from the alley. It drifts over the city streets, casting a long shadow. Spirits scatter in fright. The creature's pale skin reveals bulging blue veins twisted into a tight ball at its centre. White tentacles extend outward from its core. Ghost eaters, Zereth tells you. Don't interfere. I've been studying these creatures for weeks. As she says this, the disembodied head wraps its tentacles around the spirit of the king. Do we observe the ghost eater without interfering, or help King Taron? So we don't. The first one, we don't know what's going to happen.
The
There's no
ghost
check or anything. King Taron is.
Well, we've never been very nice, particularly to King Taron.
Well, as far as we were aware, he wasn't actually dead, so
No.
Suspicious.
Do ghosts need help? I suppose from ghost eaters, ghosts do need help. I'd say he can cope with that, can't he? What would we do otherwise? We'd just watch.
So help King Taron or watch what happens.
What, so we can get some king's favour and even things out again? Help the king, I guess.
We don't have to help the king. We could see
Like,
what happens.
Just standing there never seems that good.
It seems like help the king or help the starlit door.
I could do with a way of posting messages to both places at once. Well, for some reason we've got a bit of favour with Starlit Door, but they seem to be the bad guys now.
So help the king.
Yeah. I think help him. In our confused state.
To Zereth's disappointment, you charge forward, placing yourself between the king's spirit and the ghost eater. The strange disembodied head unleashes a high-pitched scream. So we immediately get one king's favour.
A king's favour?
Yeah.
Oh,
Minus
nice.
one starlit door favour. And then we do a Might 3 skill check.
Might 3. I don't like the king, but I don't like the Starlit Door either now.
Tough choices.
They seem bossy. I wanna just help the Dragul. Hi, Matt.
Have we ever done a strength check?
I don't know, actually. We must have somewhere along the line. Probably just a strength 1 check.
It wasn't strength, was it? I just made that up. Might. It was might.
Mayor of Canada. It's been this. This is like the 8th time that we've done this. If you
I don't
haven't
think we
seen
have
that
done
it's
this.
if you haven't seen that it's like this by now, like you clicked on this.
I don't recognise this.
Oh, a mic
I
check.
don't think we've done might before.
No. So
Need the other camera, I believe.
we get 8. I was wondering whether to have that camera or your microphone's in the way of that camera
How
now.
dare it be there?
We could just have it on like the fight screen that's more zoomed in.
Yeah.
And then we can put.
Then we go strength 3.
Yeah, I'm having to like abandon the. I'm having to
Have you
abandon.
done a stream already?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
I thought
I did mini rogue earlier, and I've had to abandon the
Oh, here's
jumper
Marty.
thing. We need some kind of we need some kind of Christmas.
I've got mine on.
Just Christmas shirts.
Got a little Crash Christmas jumper on.
But yeah. So what do we want to pay for? You're good at strength, aren't you? I'm good at wisdom. I've got 6 wisdom. So should I do that? We could spend a couple.
What's wisdom?
Yeah,
Right.
like 8 dice. Yeah.
That can go there, can't it? We don't need those other 2 things. Yeah, okay. I'll pay for a strength then. 1 or 2.
We could pay for a couple each.
Okay, I'll get 2 reds. I want 1 change. You paying for 2 white?
Yeah. Yeah,
Then the rest
we could do
random.
that. So I need to pay 4. Oh, in my fatigue.
Your skill?
Yeah, I could use it on white because you're better at manipulating red than I am on white.
White. So are you using your skill on white before I draw any more?
Yeah, I'll use my psionic on white. Yeah, Marty was all settled up here from earlier. He didn't move from the previous stream, but
Got a lot of white there. Too many whites. So we don't need to reroll.
we've got the familiar though. I can manipulate that.
We don't need to roll a white, so we've got 4 white. It's a good roll. What do you want this white to be? I could probably turn it red. So make it a 2.
Yeah. So we've got the black already. I can manipulate blacks, right? I can manipulate purples, so it doesn't matter whether I do blacks or not, because it's a purple as well.
So I'm going to turn...
We've got a lot of cards at this point,
I'm
yeah.
going to turn that red, and then can you tick that up 1?
Yeah. So I can just use the
Done.
glaive, tick a purple up 1, because it counts as purple and black.
Done.
And there we go.
So 2 XP,
2 XP.
and get your discards back.
I'll spend that glaive. Can I adjust? My window should still be open for trying to find Marty on camera. I need these controls permanently up. It's constantly moving in that chair. Right.
So you beat the Ghost Eater back.
Nice.
The ghost eater floats high into the air, headed in the direction of the forgotten forest. The king's spirit approaches you. He touches your forehead, and you feel a surge of mystical energy pass through your body. Reveal rare card 5.
Rare card.
What's he giving us? Mystical energy. Spirit blessing. Flip one player's class card face up. That'd be quite good, because then that means we could use your power.
Especially since we've got a lot of plays.
Who wants this?
You have that then.
One play. I mean, you could use that as well, for example. Suddenly, an unseen force grips the king's spirit. His mouth opens in a silent scream as the force drags him into the woods. Valandor sees few living visitors these days, Zereth explains. Besides you, I have only seen 2 expeditions. A group of satyrs set up camp in an ancient cemetery. They seek Carnival, a castle built by their ancestors. The Dunton royal family travelled due east in search of the same prize. Their family ruled Carnival since the Dragoon were defeated in the First War. It would be better if neither party reclaimed the castle. A rift has opened there that has allowed the Ghost Eaters passage to our world. The Duntums will surely seek to close it. I am studying the magical properties of these creatures, and there is still much to learn. Zereth wishes you luck before disappearing into the forest. You notice she left a small leather-bound book behind. Flipping through it, you discover that it is the diary of Lady Dorothea Duntum.
Discovery card 57.
All the Duntums have come back into it now.
Okay, so there's the diary.
Been a few scenarios.
Just an item we can use. We're not exhausted.
So whose thing is there?
That is mine. So it's backstory time, and I think it is for Split. I think there's 3 backstory bits here. Split 7A. There we go. So this happens straight away as soon as we get options, you know.
Although the streets of Falandor are quiet, you hear voices faintly in the distance. Following the sound, you discover a large group of citizens gathered at the local tavern. Observing their meeting through the window, you discover that they are plotting a revolution against King Taron. With the rest of the town gone, they are free to plot insurrection. A large Bastia woman discovers you and pulls you in through the doorway. All eyes in the tavern turn towards you. You have nothing to fear, a halfling revolutionary explains. He introduces himself as Kern. We seek only what is just, to end the royal council and place power in the hands of the people. Madia is outraged. This is treason. Thaddeus is sympathetic. Revolution might bring disorder, but at least these rebels have the courage to stand up for themselves. Do you oppose the revolutionaries or offer to help with the insurrection?
Help with the insurrection? Definitely. Go for it. Revolution.
It's very good, is it? Move your alignment marker to the right.
It can't get any more chaotic.
When they learn of your history with the King's Guard, they pepper you with questions, mostly about the layout of the palace, but they also ask for your thoughts about the current whereabouts of King Taron. They don't believe he is truly dead. They assume it is a trick to protect him from an assassination plot. The more they discuss their plans, the clearer it becomes that they plan on killing nobles indiscriminately. Thaddeus starts to have misgivings and buries himself deep in your subconscious like a turtle hiding in its shell. This allows Madia to take control. She warns in no uncertain terms that the revolutionaries stand no chance against the palace guards. It takes some convincing, but they eventually agree to delay their attack. You part as friends and they promise to send a word the moment the revolution begins. Record the personal title Revolutionary.
Revolutionary. Okay.
Gain 2 XP.
Nice. And we've got 2 more backstory things as well.
Which one are you? Pages? Not the first. I'm going to turn it in. Thanks.
And one of the pages ripped a bit because of rings.
So fat. I turned it carefully.
So we can investigate the diary. It doesn't cost any fatigue.
Fatigue. 57.
So we might as well. It's not going to tell us anything, is it? Let's face it.
Okay,
It's just
read
going
it.
to say something like, "This is a diary."
You skim Lady Dorothea Duntam's diary for anything related to the town of Fallandor, finding a brief entry toward the beginning. Rumours of vast ruins and hidden treasure have sent 17 would-be adventurers into the Forgotten Forest in the past week alone. We've managed to locate 12, and only after a great deal of time and effort. I'm not hopeful about the others. These woods are already chock full of spirits. We don't need to see any new members added to their ranks.
Well, that's the only item we've got. Exactly. We've got to go for revolutions range. We have been. We've been bucking the order the entire way.
Okay. So, cemetery or abandoned watchtower?
We don't really know much yet, do we?
No. Cemetery. Let's be spooky.
Okay. We're going to the cemetery, and we've got to have a side quest. Well, not a side quest, an
Encounter.
encounter from the Book of Encounters. I'm on the side quest page still. What are we, 7? So this is going to be 7-2. We have Warden's Ire, don't we? I don't think we have. Didn't we kill the Warden? We're Warden's killer.
Ooh.
Yeah, we did have the Warden's Ire, and then we took it a bit further. So the path continues for many miles without bend. Then suddenly it veers dramatically westward. Convinced that you are being led back toward Fallandor, you decide to retrace your steps. Walking backward along the same trail, however, leads unexpectedly to a dead end. An impenetrably thick line of trees blocks your path. You decide to continue along your original route, but the trail is again disrupted within a few miles. It seems that in every direction you are surrounded by trees. As a breeze heaves through their branches, you hear a strange murmuring. It is as if the woods themselves have come alive. Try to hack your own path through the forest, or try to convince the trees to move out of the way. Both of those involve a fight, though. I don't know, try and convince them.
I suppose if we hack through, we're killing them, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose convince. I would want to hack through, but you might convince me otherwise.
I'm just quickly checking that there's no errata in general for number 7. I don't think there is. There's only like a few fixes for the whole game, really. Okay then, so 7-16. Your speech is eloquent and polished. Yes, you pause to make a few digressions, apologising for all the apples you stole and firewood you chopped in your youth, but in general you feel you have made a compelling case. For an awkward moment, your speech is answered with silence. Then the trees slowly shuffle forward, their limbs swinging back and forth. Forming a tight circle, they surround you and bash you with their branches. Combat against a gang of tree folk. 53. So, we need a cube. What does Gangoff do?
So during the first round of combat, our combat dice limit is reduced by 1.
Okay.
Oh.
So
we get 3 dice.
do we want to pay for any?
We can do a lot of turning.
Yeah, I'm thinking we could kind of handle it, couldn't we?
Let's see what happens in the first round. So 3 dice.
Because hopefully we've got enough cards to manipulate things. So we've got the 2 blacks that we need, and one of them's a 3 already. You can flip a black die, can't you? And that's the 2 that we need.
Yeah.
I can't get... Well, I think I can can do things to greens, but I can add a dye of any colour. I can add the familiar. The familiar is not going to be useful, is it? Because we've already got the black that we need.
It with that.
But we could change the colour of it. I can add white. I'm just looking at anything that would add dice and let's do it in one go.
I can turn anything to a 3. Can you turn it green?
Can you add any dice?
I can add a red.
I really need... No, we need a couple, don't we?
I can add a red.
Yeah, that'll probably help. Well, we need a red, don't we? So then that's sorted.
If I turn it to a 3, can you turn it into a green?
I think I can only turn things colours when... Oh, I can turn anything into a green, actually. Forget that. Yeah, I can.
And then I'll have to use a play to get a red, or shall we leave it?
So you've already used that.
I've used that.
We could, I think we could end combat in one go.
Okay, so I'll turn that into a 3.
Yeah.
Then you turn
it green.
Right, so I can add a red.
Because I can turn...
I'll add my familiar.
I can turn a 4 into a 6, yeah? And then...
Hang on. I should have full fatigue in there. What's that 2 from?
I didn't think you'd put it in from your strength because you were missing 2.
Well, I paid 4.
Right, so we've got a 4 on that. Can you tick it up by 1?
Right, can you tick it by 1?
Nope.
Well,
we need it to be a 6. Oh, I can turn a 4 into a 6. There we go. And that's my second card play. So then...
So we need a green.
I can add a green. It's just that for manipulation... with a green, I can up, down, flip, or re-roll, but that's just once. And I can turn a 5. If it's a 5, I can turn it into a 3. I can tick anything up or down by 1. It's just the number of plays that will take into it.
Add a green by using my familiar.
You can.
Because then it's a white, so we can.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well.
Then we can manipulate it more, yeah. So you add a... I've got to find another familiar dice. Oh, there it is, on top. So we want a 3. What is it, 5?
6. Oh yeah, 5, yeah. 3.
So I think... Oh, I can turn a 5 into a 3, there we go.
Boom. Haven't you already played that?
Did I? No, I turned a 4 into a 6.
Turned
a 5 into a 3. Well, that's a bonus play.
That's a 3 anyway, there we go.
Yep.
So, 1, 2, 3 XP.
Yep.
That's the end of that. So go back in the bag. You discard.
Everything I played there was a discard as well, not a lot.
A lot of mine were little.
We need to rest anyway.
All of mine were spent as well. Time.
Yeah, we've done 3 bonus plays.
Bonus plays
so
come
you
in
chop
handy.
your way through 13.
Chop, chop, choppity, chop, chop.
Trembling with pain and rage, the trees eventually give way and form a path before you. You push your way through, your weapons still at the ready in case they need any further convincing. Rest or move to the next location on your path.
That's it. We didn't even get anything.
No, that's just it.
Rubbish.
Well, we can go to the cemetery now. Exactly, silly trees. Wasting our time, didn't even get... Well, we got a couple of XP, didn't we?
But do we want to rest?
Oh yeah, we should rest first.
Yeah, because we can rest after that.
I think we only need 1 die, don't we?
It does say rest, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really bothered about removing fatigue, so we'll just spend 1 XP. And I only remove 1 fatigue. But I top everything up. Yep.
I should have only had 1.
But then we get these back.
I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't want to. I'm trying to give you that. That's what I'm trying to give you. I didn't spend my stamina right when we did the first thing.
Have you got the normal book?
Yeah.
So we're at the cemetery. You can see where I'm throwing cards now. So we get the XP from it, I imagine.
Do we have the keywords abandoned? No, we haven't got any keywords.
No keywords.
Okay.
You hear music coming from the woods. Peering through the trees, you discover a group of satyr dancing around the crumbling tombstones of an ancient cemetery. As one plays the pan flute, another sings in accompaniment, and the others clap their hands, stamping their hooves in celebration. They place a stone at the foot of a satyr statue, and it radiates with magical energy. There is something entrancing about the music. Join the dance, introduce yourself in Dragul Common, or wait for an opportunity to steal their magic stone.
Well, you're obviously going to say join the dance.
I thought that, but then I thought introduce yourself in Dragul Common. What if that gets us a Dragul favour? Even though nobody favours us. And it still uses wisdom that I'm pretty good at. What do you want to do, Rach?
Do I look like I'm dancing?
Yeah. You've got pretty high dexterity.
I have got high dexterity.
Let's introduce in Dragul Common then.
I don't think Rogash would do a dance, if I'm honest.
You step forward and the music stops. Using the bits and pieces you've learned of Dragul Common, you attempt to introduce yourself. Our Dragul favour is not 4 or higher, so we don't add anything. We need to do interpretation 3. Oh, yeah, fight, I meant to press. So, what's that? White? Well, we've just stocked back up, haven't we? So I could... Blue we're not very good at, are we?
No, so we're going to have
Why
to
don't we buy
somebody.
3 between us? I'll spend my intelligence. Oh, you've got no fatigue, have you? You spend all your intelligence and I'll spend 2. And I'll use my psionic again on the blues. So that's just done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can add white dice. I'd say just leave the rest random. Maybe. Leaving the rest random.
Yeah.
There you go.
To roll.
So we've got the 3 straight away.
No whites, that's unfortunate.
Well, the red and white is a white.
Oh yeah.
And you can turn red things different colours, can't you? You can do things with red dice.
I suppose.
So I can add a white die, but I can add a white die and then re-roll it a
I
lot.
can turn 1 white.
Yep. Turn the 4 white, and then can you manipulate white dice?
What's on the other side of a 3? 4.
4.
Mm.
I can manipulate it, but I can also add a white die. If we want to do that rather than turn one of those, because none of them are the right colour, the right number
I can
anyway.
ping the red down to a 2.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to add a white die. See what number we get.
Because that is white. That's white, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
I can re-roll it.
Oh yeah, you're good at re-rolling white, aren't you? Yeah, you do that then. It'll take a bonus play, won't it? I can only tick it up or down by 1, which isn't ideal. I can't flip. I can re-roll it once.
If you tick it, I can flip it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I can flip it. It's not on the right number though, is it?
No, but if you tick it, I can flip it. Sounds like we're speaking like some sort
That's
of
my
code.
second one.
Then we've done it.
And you've played 3 things.
Yeah, so I need a thing.
Yeah. How much XP is that?
2.
2. And then we can just rest, can't we? For
Get your discards. Get all them.
yeah.
Interpreted. The satyr welcome you.
Though they smirk at your pronunciation of certain words, the satyr appear to understand you. Their leader steps forward to greet you and introduces herself as Jara. She seems impressed with your attempt to communicate, but she addresses you in Narlos Common. I had heard there were friends of the Dagrul in the kingdom, she says, but I did not believe it until now. Welcome, we are honoured by your presence. I am here to reclaim the throne at Carnival. The Dunton family stole the castle from my people many generations ago. If you wish to help us, find the Duntums. They have a map to these woods. If you bring it to us, we will find our way to the castle and take back what is ours by right. Reveal title card 67. Record the keyword mission. And do we have the keyword convinced? No. So we can use an item. I suppose rest first and just get our things back.
Yeah.
Just use an XP.
Yeah, I've only got a small amount of fatigue.
Yeah, it sounds like Rach is rapping.
What do you mean? Oh.
With your catchphrases.
Yeah.
So I get that back. All reset, and then we might as well use the diary, I suppose. It's there.
Diary.
You open Lady Dorothea Duntam's diary to search it for any information relating to the satyr and find one brief entry. Castle Carnival was not made by any builder from Narlos. It was built by the satyr, a fact made evident by the complete irrationality of its layout. The hallways are too narrow, and the windows are too low to the ground. The bedrooms are either so large that one becomes lost in them, or they are suffocatingly small. I've never felt at home here. So that's all we can do. We've got no more items or anything, so I guess we move on. So we can go to the abandoned watchtower, or we can keep going to the river trail.
Let's go to the river trail. Why not?
Okay. You need that book open though.
Oh yeah.
So moving on. Looking for the Duntums. We're friends.
We do
Of one
like
Duntum.
Duntums.
So collect the XP.
The trail crosses the river over a stone bridge. Before reaching the embankment, you discover an old carriage. One of its doors has been torn off and is half covered in mud. Vines and grass coil through 3 very rusted wheels, the 4th nowhere to be seen. Rummaging inside, you find a music box.
Oh, yes. Find a music box.
It matches the diary. A small pig pushes its snout through the mud near the river's edge. It is covered with dark spots, but one in particular catches your eye. It resembles a black swan. Straying out a little too far into the water, it is swept away with the current. You watch as it kicks violently, letting out a flurry of squeals and high-pitched shrieks. You also notice something shiny beneath the mud where the pig was digging. Whatever it is, it won't last long before it is also swept away. Do we dig up the shiny object or save the pig?
Save the pig.
I was going to say, it's our good friend, the pig. It's the pig.
Yeah, that's what Dunton was in trouble for, wasn't it? In the
Apparently
early quest.
imprisoning the pig.
Yeah.
Or stealing the pig. What if the pig is Dunton? What if it's a magic pig?
Maybe.
You dive into the river and are carried off by its currents. You search for any signs of the pig, finding none. The river widens and deepens as the current carries you downstream. You notice a series of underwater caverns below you. Taking a deep breath, you dive after the pig. Gain 3 XP. Reveal Discovery Card 40. And put an XP on it. Save the pig, save the world, absolutely.
3 square.
We are
So
the heroes of roleplayer.
down here, got some underwater caverns.
We are now there. Move to that location. Oh.
So yeah, no backstory for Rach yet. We've just moved away from there. So we get the XP that I was meant to put on it. Got a lot of XP. A lot, considering this is like the 3rd place we've really been to. You dive into the river and swim toward the underwater caves. Pulling yourself through a winding maze of limestone, the underwater tunnel eventually leads you to a rocky shore inside an enormous cavern. Many spirits have gathered here. Their blue and white spectral forms radiate with a soft light that bounces off the rocks and the surface of the water. Otherwise, the caverns are pitch black. Do we have the title Bloodletter or Muddy? I don't...
Well, muddy's a key word, but have we got
Title Bloodletter? It doesn't sound familiar. No, we have not got the title Bloodletter. You find the pig with a black spot shaped like a swan trampling through the shallow water. The spirit of a child sits next to the pig, laughing and clapping her hands with delight. She's not a pig, the ghost informs you. She's a girl like me. She misses her family, especially her brother Jeremy. Oh, she's so much fun. I'd rather she stay here, but she wants to find her family.
Calls it.
Reveal Discovery Card 91.
Absolutely calls it.
You said it was...
a duntum. What is...
Manduntum.
A duntum? It could just be a duntum. There it is, little piggy.
So... Use the diary?
Use the diary.
The music box costs fatigue, but the other two don't. You open Lady Dorothea Duntam's diary and skim for any entries relating to these underwater caverns, finding one toward the middle. It was the height of arrogance for my father to allow the caverns beneath the forgotten forest to be mined for precious gems. It was only a matter of time before tragedy struck, and no words of comfort will help the families of the fallen. I hope at least that their deaths were quick. We have contained the most dangerous spirits in stone-warding circles, but I fear it will not be enough to prevent them or their descendants from seeking their revenge.
What if we look in the diary for the pig?
Yeah, might as well use it with everything. You flip through Lady Dorothea Duntam's diary in search of any entry related to pigs, discovering the following. I have asked my son, Jeremy, to take his sister to the halfling town of Jolev, which is like where we started, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or like this quest 2. Several years ago, a witch's curse turned Annabelle into a pig. She still bears the swan-shaped mark she was born with, but she is otherwise unrecognisable as my daughter. Jolev is rumoured to be home to a powerful healer. I pray to Azima they can help her. Hi, Monica. Let's go.
So the pig is Annabelle?
Yeah, we've got a mystical shape-shifting pig. We might as well, can we search for the... We might as well search for the music box. That's a fatigue. It would be an understatement to say that the melody they have chosen for this particular music box is an odd choice. The tune was originally intended as a protest against the last king. The composer, an elf woman of noble birth, was publicly executed. Perhaps the song itself is a message of some kind. Zerith, the witch who gave poor Annabelle the box, is rumoured to have collaborated with the Starlit Door. Perhaps she is not loyal to the crown. Can we use just use the pig on its own? You release the pig and it immediately races toward the spirit girl sitting by the tide pools. The young girl cackles with delight as the pig splashes through the shallow water. The girl attempts to hug her new friend, but her intangible arms pass straight through the pig's flesh. What a silly little thing you are, the ghost laughs. The pig entertains her for a bit before leaping back into your arms. Use another item or rest. I guess we could use the music box. I think it will do anything.
Can try it.
Go on then. We've only got 1 fatigue so far. 2 now. That was us using the pig. Yeah, we just released the pig and she ran to the ghost friend, but the ghost couldn't give her a hug, unfortunately. Wow. 2,800 meters. How far did you swim today, Rach?
None.
None meters. That's like nearly 3,000 less than that. Gotta catch up. You wind the music box and play it for the pig. The caverns are filled with the box's strange, sweet melody, and the pig seems to sway happily to the music. When the song ends, she snorts angrily, as if demanding to hear the tune again. That's kind of it, isn't it? We can't use the music... Well, we have used the music box in combination with everything we can, because you use them in ascending numerical order. So there's nothing else to do here, then.
So go back to the river trail.
I suppose so. Well, there's no XP here, so we can just move on to the
No, I want
heart
that.
of the forest.
No, we have to do that thing.
Oh, we don't need to do your backstory. So just detail us anything before we do your backstory.
Past the old carriage, half buried in the grass. One of its wheels is missing and the others are rusted with age. When you reach the river, the trail crosses a stone bridge. Oh, I'm glad we're tired, Matt.
So this is for Gladiator.
Got no energy to be swimming.
So Rach was a gladiator.
Gladiator.
But I think
it's
she
not
ki-
my revenge
I think
one.
she killed everyone. You notice
Yeah,
a
it is
boot
that.
print in the mud along the riverbank. Following a trail of impressions in the grass, you make your way into the surrounding woods and discover a small cabin. You hear the snapping of a twig behind you and turn to find an elf with a knife to your throat. You recognise her as Kerej, the former master of games at Taran's arena. Long after you had rightfully earned your freedom through combat, she kept you enslaved. I don't know how you found me, she admits, but I can either slit your throat or you can swear to the gods that no harm will come to me. One way or the other, this ends here and now. You have no choice but to accept her offer. When you promise not to hurt her, she immediately lowers her blade. Holding true to your vow might be the honourable thing to do, but there was nothing honourable about what was done to you in that arena. You must decide what is more important to you, vengeance against those who wronged you or keeping your word. So you can attack Kerej or keep your word.
Well, I mean, I think we all know what Rogash is going to do right now.
Dance.
Dance away. Attack her. She's the last one out of the 4. I've killed everybody else.
This is actually the last.
Yeah, I've killed
part of that.
everybody else. She's my last name on the list of killings and revenge.
So move to the right. You're already at the right. You swing at Kerej, taking her by surprise. Though she fights well, the elf proves no match for you. She falls to one knee, a pool of blood forming in the mud at her feet. We trained you well, she laughs, but there is more to being a gladiator than mere skill. There is duty and honour, things you never learned. Weakened from the loss of blood, she rests her head on the ground in front of her as her life gradually slips from her body. Kerej cheated you of your freedom. There is no doubt that she deserved her fate. You earned your freedom long ago. Now, after a bitter struggle, your past misfortunes have finally been avenged. You feel a great weight lift from your shoulders, and you are strangely refreshed by the sudden realization that you have checked the last name off your list. Return 4 stamina from your fatigue box to the supply. After the conclusion of this adventure, return to the backstory codex and read Gladiator End.
I've done all my list. I'm happy now. Just need to find my sister.
So that's the river trail done. We haven't used anything here, I suppose. Get the normal adventure book out.
So, do you want to use things
Yeah.
here? Dee.
I feel like we should use things.
You open this is the diary. You open Lady Dorothea Duntam's diary and read the final entry. For all these years, the woods have been our protector. No army, no bandits could disturb Castle Carnival because none could find it. Now the forest will be our undoing. It was the spirits who took the illuminating stone. They startled our horses and knocked over the carriage. They escaped with the stone and the map to the castle. I can only hope our children will one day recover them. Otherwise our family will lose its claim to Carnival. The forest holds horrors, and we are lost without the stone to guide us. Lady Dorothea Duntam.
The same's going to happen with the pig?
Like with the pig in the diary, or
No, just the pig.
That's when the pig in the diary isn't a thing anymore. Bet you can only do that when you first get it. 91. You release the pig and she charges toward the bank of the river. Digging up the mud with her snout, she reveals the top of a small chest. You pull it up from the ground and discover that it contains a few gold coins. Just
Yeah.
3 gold.
We could use the music box.
I mean, I'm full health. Why not? You crank the key to the music box and then open the lid. Tiny figurines, a male and a female gnome, spin arm in arm in a circle as the melody unfolds. The paint on their bodies is mostly chipped and worn from age. The eyes alone seem untouched and sparkle a vibrant emerald green. They seem to stare at you rather than at each other as they dance. Gradually, the song slows to a stop.
So I think that's the river trail for now, until we get more things. Did we go on to the heart of the forest then?
Aye. So we have to stop at the encounter on the way. I see you skipping an encounter. Do we have any of those titles?
We've got Warden's Killer, yes.
We did.
We might have other things.
It just says
7,
all,
6.
so it's any, isn't it? They're all the same. Not in any order. Do you have the title Frog God's Folly?
I don't think so.
I think the Frog God liked us, didn't he?
Yeah, we haven't got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rach wanted to kill that pig.
I did not.
Terrible. Rogash is just feral. In a dark lane of trees, shadows congeal into a familiar shape. Elsefor's shadow emerges from the gloom and greets you with a courtly bow. The spirits are noisy here, and they are talking about you, he says. I've got a few nearby that would love to say hello. Do we have the titles Elsefor's Banisher or Despised by Demon?
I thought you despised us.
I don't think so, because we didn't kill him. We nearly killed him, and then we didn't.
Oh, I thought that's why you despised us. Oh, we were his
Elsefor's
Banisher.
Banisher, yes.
Yeah.
742.
Because remember, he was doing all those challenges. That was what happened in the Bogroot Swamp, isn't it? 742.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things for this. Just stuck together.
Tell you what, says Elsefor, since you were such a hero last time we met, let's see how many of these spirits want a piece of you, and if their side needs a boost, I'll lend a hand. Do we have the title Grick's Spectator? Yes. Reveal the General Grick enemy card.
Do you want me to find these? So we've got General Grick. Oh, Zalix Lossor, Zalix Executioner. I don't think we've done anything to him, have we?
I don't think so.
No. Warden's Killer. We are Warden's Killer, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there are too few, we'll reveal the Elsefor enemy card. Oh,
We've got to kill them all.
wow. This seems hard.
With 4 die.
He was a jerk. He is a jerk right now. They're surely going to win.
I don't know, we haven't got any damage. I've got 3 damage, so I've got 19 health.
Not even going to.
There's 2 zoomed in for those cards. Yeah. Yeah, the camera angle wasn't designed for fighting 3 things at
Well,
once.
we've seen Elsefor before, so we can go behind like that.
You can do that one.
Okay.
What if I just change this? And cut the side off a bit.
I feel like we're doomed.
There we go. I hated Elsefor.
Maybe the game just really wants you to have a death.
Yeah.
So we haven't died yet in this playthrough.
So I don't think we really need to pay for
I
dice.
just think we go for it, don't we?
We've got 4 dice.
You don't put it there.
You just put them to the side of the cards, roll them, and then just line them up along the side. Exactly, when you tick it, flip it. So just look at the things that cost the most. So green 6, that's 4 damage we can get rid of. If we can kill someone, we'll stop. It's just we're going to take so much damage from this.
Sorry, everybody. Have a look.
So there's a black 1 that's 4 damage. I can...
I think I bring in my familiar that's red because
Yeah, I'm gonna do my familiar as well.
Could be red, and that seems like a good spend.
There's mine. There's yours.
Your familiar isn't black.
It is.
No, it's black and purple.
Oh, where's that one then? I thought that's what I picked up. So a 3.
So you've got a red 6, but I could turn it into a 5. Oops.
And could we get more numbers out? More dice?
And blue or black or purple 3. And we've got a black 1 or a 4 that's also expensive.
Can't I bring a white die out somehow? Yeah. I'll do a white die.
I could also do my other familiar. Because if I reroll whites,
Yeah.
they're all an option. Oh, let's not just dump it on there. That's got 5.
So the green 3 should probably just go on the green 3.
Oh, can we like nail him?
Oh, just so that we don't take that 3 damage.
Yeah.
Well, you can bring a red die in, can't you?
Oh, we won't take any down. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 damage out of the way if we kill him.
Yeah. Elsevier by himself is
Yeah.
17 though.
Oh.
It would be good to not have her 3 on there, but you can bring a red die out, can't you?
It'd be another. Have to use a thingy.
Yeah. Because the dice can all probably, apart from that white 3, all the other dice could go somewhere without manipulation. They might not be ideal, but they could. So I'd tick that. We're using bonus plays now. I think we should tick that red. I can do that with the spell book. Tick that red 6 down to a 5. And put it.
This one?
No. That one. And just so it goes on that space that's 4 damage. Oh, but then can you turn? So how many plays have we got? 3. No, I haven't taken up. We've got 2 plays. What's the best we could do? If we can turn that blue red and the white.
Well, which can't we put anywhere? That could go there, for example.
Yeah. If you can turn the blue
That could
red.
go there.
Yeah, but that could go on Warden Mercy and kill her. We can only play 2 cards, so can we turn that blue red and the white into green or black? I can turn things green, can't I? What colour is it? 1.
I can turn it red.
Yes, you can turn that one red. And I could turn the white green. It does mean we've wasted a die, but we've killed her then. And that's some less damage that we're taking. But then we've got to do all of these other rounds with
Okay.
we've got to do it. So what's the rewards for her?
So 1, 2, 2 coin, 2 XP.
At least that's some stuff we're not doing.
Do these dice go back in the bag?
Yeah,
because you do all this and you do another round.
I don't know. I think they probably stay
we
on
need
it.
the rule book, don't we?
Yeah, I don't think it really covers much about fighting multiple enemies.
Multiple enemies, 15. That's
Either way, we're taking 6, 9, 11. I think we're dead.
Probably. Just says when any tweet its round marker is removed and its assigned modifiers no longer apply. The party to be. So I think they stay on. She just doesn't tick off.
Yeah, the dice stay out
I'll
of the
just leave
back.
there on there.
But I think if you add all of this up, it's like 20 something, isn't it?
2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he does 13.
And he does 14. So yeah,
27.
I don't think it's surely not possible to win that fight.
Oh,
Yeah. So go on
it kills us.
you carry on with the storybook now, don't you? It's this, isn't it? Which wouldn't be such a problem. You should die in games and have some
So they
risk
get
in
their
them.
revenge.
But you can see what happens when you die now. It's bad. It sucks.
So we are exhausted, aren't we?
Yeah, but has anything asked us that? You have to wait until the game
I know,
says.
but what I mean is that we're confirming that we did exhaust. We're just not putting the stuff on.
Yeah, we took more. We took more in that round than our total HP. And even if we'd survived, we could only play 2 cards each then, and we get 4 more dice. It's impossible. But that must be the point. The spirits of those you killed beat you to the ground and wail on you with all their fury. When their rage is satisfied, they drift away into the forest again, leaving you to tend to your wounds. Well, says Elsefor, not an impressive performance, but as I like to say, it's always good to give the dead their due. He nods and dissipates back into the shadows of the trees. I look forward to seeing you on the battlefield at Brizor Wall. We are all exhausted, and we are about to go down to like 1 XP, making everything we have done previous to this in this episode a waste of time. We died in Mansions of Madness. It's good that like death isn't the end here, and you do just carry on as it was. But depending on like if we'd had that encounter first and died from it, like it seems to want us to, then we would have had like 4 XP or something. But the same, yeah, you'll see. It's too harsh.
Okay. She need a bigger thing. You sit down to rest and your vision becomes distorted as if rippling curtains of fog were passing between you and the world. When the fog lifts, you find yourself in a stone hallway, cold and dark. An old woman approaches from the darkness, wearing a black hood that obscures her face. Her voice is warm and kind. "It's good to see you resting," she says. "Azima's world is full of struggle and her soul grows weary." She finds a smooth flagstone and sits down beside you. "Oh dear," she complains, "this floor never gets any softer. But look, I've come to give you something." She extends a bony hand from the sleeve of her cloak, revealing a bag of glass marbles. Each marble contains a small compressed creature, looking angry and uncomfortable. You reach in and grab one. There he is. Record the keyword passage. So we've got a little dude who we can use 1 time to give us 3 red dice. Fiend of confinement. So, roll 1 dice, then remove all XP from the party journal that exceeds the roll result. So we keep 5 XP.
And lose about 12. $13 we lose.
Each player roll 1 die and then remove all stamina from your fatigue box that exceeds the roll result. So I should have 4 stamina now. Fatigue. Where's this?
Yeah, because we would have had like 20. We would have had our max.
I shouldn't have that. Remove all bonus play tokens. Return them. Fill your tribute rows. Return all spent cards. Flip your class ability face up. Move to the next location on your path.
So we're at E.
Heart of the forest.
You enter a large clearing in the forest. Strangely, the area is almost perfectly square, with the trees lined up neatly to create clean edges. The thick, dewy grass is peppered with red and yellow flowers. Zereth, the woman who greeted you in Falandor, stands at the centre of the clearing next to a small black cat trapped in a cage. When a ghost eater emerges from the forest and moves toward the bait, Zereth retreats to a safe distance. The cat hisses fiercely, but Zereth observes the scene without emotion, carefully analysing the ghost eater's movements. A long rope is attached to the cage's latch. Study the ghost eater with Zereth, or pull the rope and free the cat from the cage. Free the cat. I'm not down with this, Zereth. The ghost eater reaches its tentacles into the cage and begins to tug the cat's spirit from its body. You pull the rope and unhook the latch. The cat breaks away and darts into the forest. Fool, Zereth says to you, her voice dripping with disgust. The ghost eater, still hungry, sets its sights on you. Zereth raises her hand, radiating with blinding light, and the creature flees back into the woods in search of easier prey. Though Zereth doesn't notice, the cat circles back and watches you through the trees. Its spirit is partly detached from its body, but occasionally snaps back into place. Reveal title card 63. Do you have one or more boxes marked on the death track? Yes.
Just there's a little cat with its spirit coming out of it. A little illustration there. E4, E7.
So we have the title Cat Rescuer. Zereth studies you for a moment and her eyes widen. It seems you have somehow gained Kethra's favour. Tell me, did she give you a gift? If you have the title Empty Vessel.
I don't think so.
No, that must be if you die. Because a similar thing happens if you die multiple times. Not that we ever have. We died in like Adventure 2, I think, of us playing. Zereth fishes an orb out of her pouch containing a compressed little creature you recognise as a fiend. I'd pay handsomely to be able to study any others like it. If you have any rare cards that begin with Fiend of, you may return any number of them to the rare deck and gain 4 gold for each returned. Our Starlight Door is not 4 or higher, so we can use items and stuff. So I guess we use the diary.
She is not having my little creature.
4 gold.
She's not having it. We've got plenty of gold. Right, diary. Diary time. No?
We've got to have
Backstory time.
So where are we? E. So this is my last Lost in Time.
There is a sound of rustling through the trees as a dozen spirits push forward to form a circle around you. Friends of yours? Zereth wonders. Do you have the personal title Departed?
Yes.
Of the dozens of spirits who have surrounded you, 2 push forward to the front of the crowd. Jael, your former lover, and Dyson, a man you once called friend. Though their mouths move as if they are speaking, no sound escapes their lips. Don't let them touch you, Zereth explains. If you allow it, they'll make a home for themselves in your body. Even if you survive the process, your mind will become overcrowded with their thoughts and memories. In short, they will drive you insane. It would be better to dispel these spirits. That is the only way they can find peace. The witch's advice is perhaps sound. On the other hand, allowing your loved ones access to your physical form could give them a second chance at life. It would, perhaps, be a noble sacrifice. Do you let Zereth exorcise the spirits, or allow yourself to be possessed?
Be possessed. I don't trust this, Zereth. She tried to kill a cat.
Move your alignment marker down.
That's evil. That is the evil choice.
Well, you are being allowed to be possessed by spirits.
They're not evil.
Surely exercising them would be the
That's
holy,
evil.
holy thing to do.
Going along with the cat-killing witch would have been the good decision, everyone.
No. Suddenly, the crowd of spirits converge, pressing into your flesh. You begin to feel lightheaded. Each ghost that passes into you sends ripples of pain through your body and fills your mind with memories from another life. The voices in your head are jumbled and confused, like a dinner party with dozens of conversations happening all at once. You lose track of which voices belong to the spirits and which are your own. Decrease your health by 4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's some spirits in your body.
Your health number goes down.
That's some spirits in.
Oh, I'll make this decision. What's it going to turn? Oh, this will be interesting. All right. Decrease number by 4. Continue reading text. So really, yeah, I feel like there the game is telling me what I should have done. It's telling me that I should have done the other thing, and I disagree. It's telling me that choice was evil.
Yep.
And
being
punished
possessed.
and punished me for making it. Yeah.
Possessed by demons is he?
They're not demons. They're not demons. Like, it couldn't have been clearer over the last few things that they're like my best friend and my lover from my previous life.
Yeah, but possession is bad, isn't it? Universally in games.
But I did a good thing last
media.
time and didn't sacrifice other people so that they could live again. But no, I disagree with that. We're going to continue, Rach.
Yeah.
You've got the book.
Yeah. And I will.
Roleplayer Adventures is on the side of witches. You're curious to see if Lady Dorothea Dunton ever encountered Zareth, and if so, what she thought of her. You uncover the following description. There are many witches who have set up shop in Falador, but there are few who bring with them the notoriety and talent of Zareth the Endless, so named because she is rumoured to have lived for over 300 years. When I first met her, I was impressed by her bluntness and simplicity. Her potion shop was clean and sparse, with only a few choice items displayed for sale. She was moved here, in her own words, to be nearer the spirits. I am content to remain ignorant of the details of her obsession with the dead. She's the good guy. So, we could use the pig and the music box with it.
With the diary?
Yeah.
Or the pig and the music box?
With the diary. The witch Zareth is known to harbour grudges. 3 of her healing potions have had no effect on poor sickly Annabelle, and so my husband has refused to pay her. I ran into the witch in the marketplace, and she assured me that Annabelle would soon no longer be sick and would be completely transformed. Then she laughed and asked me which I would prefer, a sick daughter or a healthy pig. I rushed home to Annabelle's side. She is fine apart from the fever. I hope so, Matt, for Zareth's sake.
I think Zareth turned her into a pig.
Well, yes, she did. But she'd better change the pig back. Because I think the goal of this quest should be kill Zareth. You skim through, diary about the music box. We met a local witch, Zareth, at the market today. Annabelle had her eye on a music box and the woman offered it to her free of charge. When I insisted on paying for it, she refused. I protested, but Annabelle became upset with me. Like a fool, I relented. I don't believe any gift is truly free of charge. Annabelle has not been feeling well lately. I can buy some potions from Zareth when I'm next in town. Perhaps that will free us from the witch's debt. So we can do just the pig, and we can do just
So
the
we need
music
to take
box.
a thing for that.
Oh.
Just the pig.
You set the pig loose, but as soon as she sees Zareth, she shrieks wildly. Zareth snorts defensively. Why did you bring that creature here, she asks. The pig squeals angrily and charges towards Zareth, biting her leg. Zareth gasps in pain, kicking at the pig with her foot. Get it out of here, she demands. The pig, satisfied, races back into your arms. So using the music box. Zareth examines it carefully and listens to its slow, haunting tune. Then she begins to sing along. Sun withdraws into the sky, and the stars reveal their grandeur. For kings we fight and kings we die, like sheep slaughtered in their grandeur and pasture. Sleep now, child, and through the night, for our minds cannot be chained. And if this be our final fight, in our dreams we shall remain. A beautiful song, Zareth admits, but if I remember my history, the last king executed the woman who wrote it. That's how it always is with those in power. They seek to squash or control anything they don't understand. Hi, Hans. We're having moral dilemmas. So that's all the items used, isn't it? I think we've used everything.
Mm-hmm.
So should we have gotten these back when we died?
Yeah.
We don't need to rest then, do we? So we can go on. So we can go on to... We've done all of that. We can go on to the abandoned watchtower, and we've got our last encounter.
No, we haven't. We've got another encounter.
Okay. I do like it, and yeah, it's. I don't normally do like an ongoing thing. We've done like 8 episodes at this point. We've got to get to the end, even though I question this episode.
You can hear the roar of rushing water through the trees, but soon the path before you bends and the sound of the river fades. You find yourself in a small clearing. There is a young ghost sitting on a rotting log, her face buried in her hands. When she sees you, she looks up with swollen, pleading eyes. "Please help me," she says. You notice that the log is surrounded by a circle of polished white and black stones. Each seems very intentionally placed. "I can't leave the circle," she explains. Do we remove the stones or leave them be? Now remember, some spirits are in circles, stone circles, aren't they?
What do you want to do then?
Sorry, everybody. I don't know. Remove the stones, I suppose.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
There was something about warding stones in the cavern. Remove them. What?
You want to let her out?
You said it, and then I agree, and he said, "Oh, you want to do that?" I don't want to kill the witch.
You kick aside one of the stones. The spirit smiles, her eyes narrowing. "As a reward for your kindness," she says, "your body will be the first vessel I possess as I claim what is mine by right." With that, she flies towards you. When she touches you, it feels as though your skin has been set on fire and your mind is filled with memories not your own. You try hard to cling to your sense of self, but you can feel her taking control. Introspection 3.
Oh, I told you, Rach.
I just assumed you would want to do that.
I said, don't let her out. I said, she's going to possess you, I said.
Anti-witchcraft.
We're good at skill checks anyway. We're just not going to be good in future scenarios because we're not going to have any XP.
I mean, what's that got to do with anything?
We could have had like 20 XP. We need blue. We could do that thing again where we just get 3 blue dice and then I change them all. Yeah, I've got no room for more possession. We'll kill this ghost anyway, easy. Should we do that again?
What, buying blue?
You buy 2 blue and I'll buy 1, and then I'll use psionic on blue. So I can set all the blues to any number.
Yeah, and then just draw 5 dice.
Because you might draw some more blues as well. Or maybe not. Selfless is Sulka. Very in tune with her past life. Roleplayer Adventures is anti-past life.
Still going on about that.
So...
Right, I can flip that.
Yeah. If we could flip that... Can I flip purple? I can, can't I? I can flip purple.
Mm-hmm.
And then can we change it? I can turn things into purple. Can you turn it into white? I can turn 5s or 6s into any colour. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll do that then. Oh, you can?
I can turn it white.
Alright then, so I'll flip the purple and you turn it white. And then we need to flip one of them and turn it green. You can flip black, can't you?
Yeah.
And I can turn it green. Courageous. Done.
2 XP. Get your discards back.
All discards for me. And then
You push the spirit back into the circle. You latch onto a memory from your childhood and try to ignore all the other thoughts swirling in your head. With a scream, the spirit is pushed out of your body and back into the circle. You quickly return the stone to its rightful place. Filthy mortal, she seethes, her whole spectral body trembling with rage. Petulant ball of flesh, I'll kill you. Try as she might, she is unable to free herself from the bonds of the stone circle to make good on her threat. She continues to shout obscenities as you travel down the path. Gradually, her voice fades into the distance. Do we want to rest?
I suppose so. We could have a little rest. Because we just did a test, so that would be flipped. So spend 1. Because we haven't really got much to spend. 2.
Are these
That
squares
tops that back
3?
up. Yeah. Big is 3.
I only rolled a 3. Rolled a 3.
We got the bonus plays back. And
that's it.
so we're in the abandoned watchtower. Get the XP, I suppose. We're ticking and flipping all over the place.
Do we have the keyword desert? No, we don't have those keywords. Deserted or done them. So, collect the XP from this location.
Deserted or what? Or done
Keyword.
Oh, no, not keywords, no. We've got titles about them. Yeah, got the XP.
Oh. The trail curves along a shallow creek toward a crumbling watchtower. There is a small encampment between the tower and the creek. There are a dozen or so human men and women camped here. A few servants tend to a pot of stew bubbling over a campfire. Others do laundry near the creek. A full suit of gold-plated armour awkwardly trudges through the grass in your general direction. A man's muffled voice calls out to you from within the golden helm. "Greetings, travellers! Please!" Before he can finish his sentence, the man trips over a rock and falls flat on his face. His armour is so heavy that he has trouble getting back up. "Never mind," he calls. "I'll be all right in a bit." While the man struggles, you notice a woman in fine dress standing behind him, an arrow notched and ready in her bow. Haven't we got Karina's pyre?
Oh, actually, I was looking for Lady Amelia.
Yeah, but we had that,
Yes.
and then we burned her.
pyre.
We killed her and we burned her.
Karina's pyre.
Because she was a vampire. You recognise the woman pointing her bow at you as Lady Amelia. "I've learned what happened to my daughter," she says, "and I know it was you. Don't deny it." She kicks the suit of golden armour, keeping her arrow aimed at you. "Get up," she says to the gold-plated man. He slowly rises and removes his helm.
We've got Duntum's Return and Acquaintance.
So top one, B6, because we are Dunton's good friend.
I like that now it's like kind of pinballing.
Under the helm is none other than Jeremy Dunham. He lumbers towards you with a smile on his face. "Sorry about my cousin," he says. "She is going to insist that you do as she says, but perhaps I can talk to her. You've done much for me." Lord Dunham turns to Lady Amelia to plead your case. She's momentarily distracted. You notice Lord Dunham's satchel lying behind him on the ground with a rolled sheet of parchment sticking out of it. Do we help Lord Dunham reason with Lady Amelia, or do we grab his satchel and run? Why would we steal from our good friend Jeremy Dunham? We can help him, aren't we?
Okay.
We've got little Annabelle as well with us. Throw the pig at them. Is what I want to do. Here. Shh. You and Lord Dunham attempt to reason with Lady Amelia so that she might treat you as a guest rather than a prisoner.
Oh, Dragula is not 4 or
Persuasion
higher.
3.
But we're good at persuasion. Yeah, well, hasn't Jeremy noticed this pig?
I mean, it's
we're
in
carrying
our
around?
arms. It's in our arms. We're carrying it around in our arms, as revealed earlier on.
It's a 3.
Yeah.
I'm good at rerolling purples.
Oh, Jeremy.
You're good at reds.
Jeremy.
Shall we... Do we want to spend XP to make them a particular colour? Suppose we've still only got so
Can
many
we
plays.
manipulate purple? I can
Yeah, I can
manipulate
reroll it
red.
loads.
Oh.
I'm going to get a purple at least.
Yeah, I can get a red.
Just so... So we've still only got like 8 cards between
Well,
us we can play.
we've only got one chance. Is that all we want to buy, or do we want to buy more?
I'll buy another one then.
I'll buy another red. And then we can just have 4 rando. I would just feel better with a bit more.
Oh. Not that outright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I drew 6 out. Right, you've made such a mess.
It's good if I didn't do that.
5, 6. It's my stream. It's scripted. It's intentional. Oh, I should have done my psionic on purple. Drawn 2 more purples. So that 8 dice.
9.
9.
Yeah.
So what do we pay for? 2 red, 2 purple.
Yeah. Oh, they're all just going to have to go back in.
Oh yeah, I just draw forward, I think.
I've really screwed the pooch on this one.
There's a purple. Okay. See, Rach wants to throw the pig. Rach wants to do harm to the pig.
I just mean like a little jaunty throw. I don't mean like lobbing it. Just gentle little toss to Jeremy into his open arms. Good old Jazzer.
So,
oh, that was a 2.
what's going to be
So we
easier
can
here?
flip that red if possible. Why's that there? It's odd. So I can flip that red.
I can tick that white down. And then the white's a 1.
Okay.
I'm going to re-roll that. Where's my armor set? Here we go.
Can
I've
you
got
take-
4 chances to re-roll a 1. And re-roll that purple 1. Let's see if I can get one of the numbers we actually need. What's that? 1? No, that's what it was before. This all counts as 1 play. Nope. 6? That's not what we need.
Oh,
1.
how can you reroll a 1 into a 1 3 times? Oh.
So
You keep screwing the
what
pooch.
you're saying is roleplayer adventures dice. Rachel Jackson on record.
I'm on about your rolling
Roleplayer adventures
skills.
dice are fixed.
I'm on
is
about
what-
your rolling skills.
She didn't say it with words. but with her eyes. I can flip that. I can flip that too. The one's going to be a problem though. You could turn it red, couldn't you? 'Cause we've got. You've only played one card.
Right, just.
I'm going to
Do what
flip
you're going
that
to do
too.
to that. Right. Then let me handle the rest. Turn that red. Oh, I don't know. Can you turn it
That's
purple?
what I said.
Can you turn
That's
it
what I said.
purple? I can't turn anything purple.
Yes, I can turn things purple. Can you make it a 3 first?
I can make anything a 3.
Then I can turn it purple.
There we go.
We get 2 XP, which we will absolutely need to spend rest. I think they were all discards though, so I get them all back.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Lady Amelia relents and puts down her bow. Do we need? Is this the right camera? Lady Amelia unnotches her arrow and returns it to her quiver. Perhaps you will be useful for our cause, she says. Lord Duntham explains, we are in search of the lost castle of Corleval and have only this map to guide us. He's going to show his map anyway, everybody, just because he's our friend. He unrolls a piece of parchment and shows it to you. It is completely blank. The ink is invisible, he explains. It requires the illuminating stone to work, but the stone has fallen into the hands of our enemies. Lady Amelia tells you that the satyr of the stone. We saw it earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
We could have stole it. They stole it, she said. Find them and bring the stone here. You will be rewarded.
We do have the keyword mission.
Oh. Here we go. Both the Duntums and their enemies, the satyr, hope to stake a claim to Castle Corleval. To find it, each group is in possession of something the other needs. To help the Duntums, you must steal the stone from the satyr. To aid the satyr in their quest, you must steal the map from the Duntums. Only in combination will these items reveal the location of the Corleval. Of course, if you were to betray both groups, you could take the stone and the map, finding your own path to the castle.
What we're going to do now, Rach.
Well, before we make any rash decisions, let's show them the pig. Or do you want to do the diary and the pig first?
It's the diary because it's on this page.
You open Lady Dorothea Duntum's diary and skim for anything related to the Duntum family, finding a brief entry toward the middle. Jeremy is half as clever as his sister, but twice as confident. Annabelle has a sharp mind but a soft heart. She agrees with everything Jeremy says, no matter how ridiculous. I fear he will not be wise enough to rule, and she does not have the will or the discipline. But one of them must sit on the throne in Corleval when their father and I are gone.
Use it with the pig. And with the music box.
Okay, diary and the pig. Lady Amelia rushes over to the pig. Annabelle, she exclaims. You hand the diary to Jeremy Duntham, who studies it carefully. Annabelle is my sister, and Lady Amelia is our cousin, Lord Duntham explains. My sister was cursed to this form by a witch's spell. To return her to her true self, Lady Amelia tells you, we need something that will help her remember who she was. This diary won't help us. These are my aunt's memories, not Annabelle's. Make sure my cousin comes to no harm, Lady Amelia says. What, don't you want to sort of take her into their own care? Okay, with the music box. Annabelle has always had trouble sleeping. Tonight I heard her mumbling in the other room, struggling with a nightmare. Then, strangely, the music box sprang to life on its own. It was a happy accident, as she found the melody soothing, and I did not have to bother slipping out of bed to comfort her.
We should probably rest, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Do we want to steal the map, or are we going to... What are we going to do? Do it for ourselves? Help the Duntums? Help the satyr? What are we going to do?
I don't know, Rach, what do you want to do? Because we would
suppose
we would
the
help the satyr usually, but we made friends with the Duntums earlier on.
I was going to say, like,
But they're just posh people.
Helping the Duntons is really just helping the king. And we have been very anti-king. But I feel tight on Dunton if we do that.
We don't have to decide yet, though. Have we shown them the pig?
Yeah, it's very similar. He tells us who she is. Nothing is happening with the
What
pig.
about the pig and the music box? Can they see a correlation?
You hand the pig to Lord Dunton, who embraces her as he whispers, "Annabelle, oh Annabelle." When you hand the music box, Lady Amelia. "She loved this music box," Lady Amelia says as she examines it. "That's good. We need an item she had a powerful emotional attachment to for that spell." She immediately cranks the key and opens the lid. The pig snorts cheerfully at the sound of its song. Then Lady Amelia hands you a scroll. "You have a strange bond with my sister," Lord Dunton explains, gesturing toward the pig. "We think it best if you read the words that will return her to her true form." Lady Amelia and Lord Dunton look at you expectantly. Do we cast the spell, or do we insist that Lady Amelia does the spell?
Cast the spell.
You take the scroll from Lady Amelia and begin reading the words aloud. It will take extraordinary concentration to cast the spell successfully.
Introspection. Oh, not that side. So a lot of blues, a lot of greens. Should we do the thing with blues again? Yes, let's do it.
Sure thing. Matt is really trying to coin a catchphrase here.
You coined it, Rach.
I said it. I'm not insisting on it.
You kept working it into sentences.
I did not.
How many have I bought?
Matt said it more than me.
Said what?
I'm not saying it.
What aren't you saying?
One more.
No, that's on camera.
I know. I haven't rolled them yet. It doesn't matter.
So one white we need.
You have used your power, haven't you?
Yes, so we can set the blues to anything.
I've got them ready.
I think I can take up a. I think I can take up a green. Yeah, I've got Sylvian's Claw. I can take a green up. Coined and minted. It's like Streets Ahead.
I think I might be able to turn that purple green. Purple to green, purple to green.
I definitely can.
Well, I'm doing it too.
Why don't you concentrate your plays on adjusting reds?
Fine.
Which I can't do.
That's how you want to be.
So I can turn that green, and then you need to make that red 6 or 2. You've got 2 card plays to do it. They had the spell all along.
Yeah, but they didn't have an item. There we go.
How hard could they have looked? We found it in like 2 minutes.
Flipped it myself.
So we've done it.
And I didn't flip it.
2 XP.
I did tick it though.
Ticked and flipped.
You don't need that one. The pig is returned to her true form.
B18.
Oh my goodness. To your amazement, the pig begins to transform. Jeremy drops her to the ground. Annabelle's skin bubbles like water set to boil. Her snout shrinks and reshapes. Black hair quickly sprouts from her head, weaving its way down her back, and she moves from all fours to a crouch, and finally to a standing position. A face and a body emerged from the shapeless flesh. A young woman wearing an emerald dress with bare feet and a golden tiara stepped forward. "Annabelle!" Lord Dunham cries. He grasps her in his arms, sobbing. Lady Amelia turns to you. "Thank you for bringing her back to us," she says. "Please accept this as a token of our esteem. Gain 3 gold. Return these cards back to the deck and record the keyword transformed." Oh, what? Does it even give 3 gold? What use is that? Give us an item. So, are we going to visit the flat here first, or are we just going to steal the map? What are we going to do?
I guess steal the map then. It's a shame that like that doesn't. I thought she might be like, "Oh, I've spent time with the satyrs.
Can't-
Be nice.
we can't
Can't we
even-
all get along?"
We can't even do that now, can we?
What?
Can we go back to that option?
Which option?
Here. Steal the blank map.
I'm not really sure. It's not here anymore, is it? I'm sure if we go away and come back, it would take us to that bit.
No, let's just do it. Yeah, just let us do it if we go away and come back.
Yeah.
Right, let's just do it. It is pretty stingy, 3 gold. So we're having the map.
Yeah, we literally saved their daughter, and all they're concerned about is this treasure.
Lady Amelia calls for the aid of her clan. They come running from their tents. Lord Dunham, now helmetless, somewhat reluctantly leads the charge. His sword is still in its sheath. So by stealing it, we're actually just having a fight with them. Is that right?
Yeah.
There isn't a thing, is there?
Nope.
Okay. So, Jeremy Dunham and a human.
Numbers?
So, 33 and 28. But Jeremy Dunham is sluggish. Sorry, Jeremy. I feel bad. There he is.
No talk it out option for this
Soft
thing.
jazz. At the start of this skill check or each round of combat, each player adds 1 stamina to 1 row of their supply. So we can do that now.
What are we going to need?
What do we need? Green?
Green, I guess.
Green, 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 green. Or blue. Well, we only need 1 blue. We can probably work around that. Right. Are we buying anything?
I think just use cards to get them.
Did we buy a green?
You can. I'm a lot more damage.
Yeah. I think at least 1 green because we need 3.
Okay.
Well, Jez has taken 2 hits.
So I'm going to do the familiar. Get the weasel out. We need at least... No, that's no good. If we don't... Can you flip a blue? I'm going to do my armor and try re-roll in these purples. Got up to 4
We
re-rolls.
could reserve that
And
and
if
I
it's
could turn it.
What's that, 6?
I can flip a black as well.
1 again. 1 again. 2. That's 2 card plays to get us no closer.
I can... Oh no, I can just flip a black. I can't even tick it.
I should have this courage back from last time. Not that I really need it. Where's my card that ticks up a purple? That charm is flip. I've got a card somewhere that ticks up a purple by 1. There it is, glaive. So there's the first bonus play. Who's going to do us the most damage?
Me.
Just try and kill the human, I guess. Can you flip that? You can't flip blue. Can't I turn 5s into other numbers? I can turn a 5 into a different colour.
Or can you
And
turn
mess about
that
with black.
purple in? Although I can turn.
I can turn anything into a 5.
Shall I turn that purple?
I could decrease a purple by 2. I can turn a 5 into a 1 or a 3. So have you done 2 cards now? Is that just 1?
1.
So shall I add a die?
I can't do anything to a blue dice.
What can you do stuff to then? And I can add that colour. I can add white.
I can flip a white.
You can re-roll it loads of times as well.
Yeah.
And then can we turn it blue afterwards? Have you got a card that would turn it blue? Yeah. So I'll add a white then. Six. So you need to make that a 2H.
I can't.
I thought you had loads of.
Oh,
you got
yeah,
loads of reroll.
reroll.
We came up with a plan.
Oh, I don't
Not
remember that part. of the
60
plan.
seconds
I
ago.
remember me turning it blue as part of the plan. First time.
So then you need a bonus play to get it there. So there's no point getting another die out because
It's a waste of time.
we'd have to be. Oh, is that still floating around?
Yeah.
I can turn. We've only got 1 card. I can turn a 5 into a different number, but it would still be the wrong colour. So that's a waste. That's still decent. So she's dead. He is making us lose a thing from one of our rows and take 2 fatigue. And then a new round of combat, and you can gain a stamina to a row.
We're buying anything.
So, do you want to?
I can't turn anything into a purple from you. Oh, okay.
You pay for a purple then.
I can turn a red into anything. But I can also add a red. I can't turn
I
anything.
think we've only got 1 bonus play this time.
I think we've got to buy a purple and a white. No. Let's buy a purple. I'll buy a purple. Then the rest can be random.
There's the green. Okay, so I haven't got my ticker purple down anymore, unfortunately. I think I've got a flipper purple. I've got a flipper purple.
Okay, spend that.
Then what can we do to greens?
Have I got something that lets me turn them into a 3, or did I spend that last time? We didn't rest, did we?
I can. This is once per scenario, but I can change that into a 3 with the pendant of duality, and then we're done. So how much XP and gold in total?
2 XP.
For the whole fight?
Yeah, and 3 gold. Get your discards.
You defeat the Duntums. 14 you want?
With great skill, you drive off the Duntum nobles who flee into the foggy woods. Alone in their deserted camp, you look through their belongings, finding little little of interest beside an odd scrap of parchment. For a moment, you hold it up to the light. As you hold it up to the light, you see the faint outline of an ink drawing resembling a map, but the impression quickly fades. Record the keyword deserted. A real discovery card 79. We don't have abandoned, do we? No.
Worn parchment.
And then we have to move to another location.
So I guess we should move through here and get the...
Well, we need to go to the cemetery, don't we? Because that's where the satyr is.
Yeah, but we should move through there to get the last encounter.
Yeah, but that's where we're going.
So it's number 1.
Didn't see that coming.
As the path veers sharply left, you suddenly discover 3 spirits standing in the road. A satyr, a human, and a bastia, all dressed in mining gear. They are battling a ghost eater whose thin tentacles are attempting to ensnare them and drain their essence. Finding yourself caught up in a battle, you're forced to pick a side. Fight with the spirits against the ghost eater, or fight with the ghost eater against the spirits. Fight with the spirits. And you're guaranteed to get 2 XP from a skill check.
We're helping the spirits.
Yeah, we probably should arrest it.
Yeah, probably. You run toward the gate. Oh, shoot.
You run toward the ghost eater and ready your weapons. The satyr, human, and bastia spirits join you in the fight, but soon all are entangled in the creature's ethereal tentacles, and you can feel its strange force rending your spirit from your flesh. If 2 or more favour markers are at 1 or higher, I don't know what they're at. No, they're not. Endurance 3. I've got a lot of cards on this spent section.
I know. It's a lot of green.
Have I used Scion? Oh yeah, I used it on that blue kit, didn't I?
Red and 2 checks.
Do you want to buy some greens? I could buy a green.
Yeah, I'll buy 2. So we've got 3 greens.
Do you want to buy anything else?
I can add reds. I can add 3 reds.
Oh yeah.
If needed.
I might have to use that.
You will.
So we've got green 6, green 4, red 1. We've got that white 4s.
It could be a problem without a lie down.
So adjusting the green is a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't adjust greens. I can turn things into a green. We might have made a bit of a mistake.
Well, I don't think we should have added 3 greens. Not without this ability on. What number is it? 4. I can turn 4s into... So I could turn a 4 into a 2. So that's 1 of them done. That's 1 card. We're going to fail this, aren't we?
We've only got 1 bonus play, haven't we?
Yeah, we're going to fail. Because there's 2... Even if you needed 1 card for each of those dice, we haven't got enough cards, have we? So we failed it.
Well, I can add 3 red in.
I suppose it's still possible then, yeah.
Might
That's your first card play.
But it's gone.
Yeah.
Forever.
That's the only chance that we've got of doing this.
Goodbye, little guy.
And you need to roll well. Blackfoot. Oh yeah.
I can't have that red. That's me, familiar red. Thank you.
Roll well, Rach.
Nope.
No. So how many plays have we got?
I've got 1.
You've got but you've got all of your re-rolls of.
Yeah. Right, here we go.
So I can turn that red 1 green. Can I? Yes. So if Rach can roll 2 2s, She's got many rolls.
Not really. What's on the other side of a 2, 5?
5. So is this your second play?
Yep.
So we've still got the bonus play.
Yeah.
It all came down to the red re-roller, and she couldn't make it work. She was given every chance.
Says you, we rolled a 1 into a 1 3 times.
Every benefit, and she just couldn't cut it.
Hmm.
Can I add any more to that?
I can add another red. I can flip a red.
Is that all of your rerolls?
Mm-hmm. I can turn anything into a red. I think we might have blown it.
Just add a red then and see if we can get the XP. Try roll.
Is that me adding the red?
2 you need, Rach. What are we trying to do? That's just some encounter, isn't it? No, 2 you wanted.
He does like blaming me for everything, and that's why he gets me to roll everything.
Right, sure. It's this. I'll have to teach it you for next.
We get 1
next
XP.
session. It's a special flick. Matt, no, it's a
You
special
roll
flick.
1s into 1s.
I wasn't doing the flick then.
4 times. Get those dice out of the way.
It's not
No.
fair for me to do the flick all the time because then we just succeed at everything, and where's the fun in that?
Well, we can't all be good
Like-
at everything.
You can slow mo this. For watching back later, you'll always roll the number that
The
you need.
ghost
Just have
eater
to think
feeds
it.
on the essence of the spirits.
Hold that many fingers out, and you'll roll it if you do the special flick. If you need a 6, better hope you got 6 fingers. What happened? We died.
It is some poor rolling. No, we haven't died. The ghost eater nearly rips the spirit from your flesh, but before it can do so, it consumes the spirits of the satyr, the human, and the bastia. They die once more, screaming in horror. Then the ghost eater drops you to the ground. Apparently, it has eaten its fill for now. You feel strangely out of sorts. Your head spins. At moments, you can see yourself from above, as if you were floating in the air, separate from your own body.
I think we should probably rest.
I don't know what gives you that impression.
We could probably have done that pretty easily if we'd rested. We did 2 pretty big checks before that without resting. We should have rested before we moved it. Yeah.
I have to live with that, Matt.
I have to agree. Mariano, Rach is rolling today. She hasn't got the flick down.
Neither of you.
I'll download the recording of this video.
Get that, my face.
I'm going to get posters made of it.
Right, get us to the cemetery.
Step
Whoa.
1. Step
Rest.
2. Step 3.
Stop doing that ridiculous thing with your hands.
I'm showing the flick. You used that bonus play. Are we resting? 3
Yeah.
XP. Well, at least it's 11 this time. At least it's something. Part of my problem's been like healing, like paying 2 dice and rolling 3 in total. I think I'm back to full on those. Get that. Because if I had my psionic or anything, we could have done that. We've rested. Get the bonus plays back. All done. We're not going to be leveling up very much this scenario. Right, so we are going to the cemetery, are we? Or is it the river trail?
No, the cemetery.
You've got that book.
The pig was at the river trail. Do we have abandoned or satyr?
Nope. You reach a clearing in the forest and find the satyr dancing and singing in the remains of a cemetery. A stone sits on the ground and glows faintly with magical energy. The satyr welcomes you to join them. Somehow, Jara tells you, we will find our way home to Carlaval. Some of the trees here are old enough to remember us. They may guide us to the castle, unless, that is, you have brought us what we asked for. What are we doing? Are we giving it to them or are we stealing
We can't. Well, I suppose we can show them it, can't we? Steal it?
Are we?
You want to help them?
Well, aren't they Dragool? And isn't that our aim?
Well, it has been, but I feel like you haven't been on the side of anyone.
Rach won't be calling it ridiculous when we're making millions from it. Just imagine that. They'd have to stop. What's that game called with the dice? They'd have to stop Baccarat.
Right, so show
Other
them.
games must involve dice
Tom's
that they gamble with.
Tom's team satire. Right.
You hold up the blank piece of parchment and the satyr gather around you. Jara brings the stone and it glows brightly when you place it next to the page. As the two items touch, lines of black ink begin to appear on the paper, tracing the map of the Forgotten Forest. C97. Interestingly, the ink continues to move. Clusters of trees subtly change locations, winding paths start to bend a little further to the left or right, and Castle Carlaval itself seems to slowly drift across the page. The satyr mumble amongst themselves, and several pat you on the back excitedly. Thank you, Jara says. Whatever business you have left here, finish it quickly, then meet us at the castle. Today, we go home. So we lose that.
At
Reveal
this, the other
20.
satyrs cheer loudly. They hurry through the forest in the direction of Castle Carlaval.
No.
Why did you miss out them cheering? That's mean.
My brain just subconsciously thought you don't need that paragraph. That paragraph's not going to help anyone. Square 4. Oh, Baccarat's with cards. Oh yeah, that's the James Bond one, isn't it? Where they flip. Are they flipping over cards with sticks or something? So we're going to the ancestral castle.
Well, I suppose so. Take the XP.
Craps is what they're
It's
playing
the
when
final
Chandler and Monica
showdown.
decide to get married in Vegas.
Da-da-da-da. Camera, please. The castle is made from obsidian and shards of green and gold glass that sparkle in the sunlight. The two giant doors of the main entrance creak open, revealing an enormous grand hall with an interdimensional rift crackling with black energy at its far end. On the floor, you discover King Taron's body, cold and pale but perfectly preserved. He is missing the pack he had when he entered the rift in Sebek. Taron's spirit enters the room and, to your surprise, re-enters his flesh, causing a reanimated King Taron to sit upright, gasping for breath. When he sees you, he scrambles to his feet. Then he removes a small golden ring from his pocket, places it on his finger and closes his eyes. Hold still, he commands. Examine your faction track to see which favour is highest.
Dragul! G2.
If your king's favour is higher, one or higher, and your king's favour is highest,
That's Dragul.
that's
isn't it?
G2.
Oh. Forget that then.
Good job I didn't follow your instructions.
Well, that was a symbol for
Mr.
Dragul.
King's
It's
favour.
the dragon.
It's a shield.
It's a dragon's
helmet.
head.
King Taron opens his eyes and slips his ring back into his pocket. Tarek said you'd prove your value in time, but so far you've only proven yourself lousy at honouring your oath to the crown. I'll give you a chance to restore your honour. You may have heard that the immortal knight has gone missing, the king tells you. I sent him to explore other planes and he never returned. I journeyed to Afriel in search of him, but fell through a rift to Moti, the plane of death, before I could make any progress. You saw the result. The king twists his torso and cracks his back. Oh, it's hard to be dead all day. Suddenly, 3 ghost eaters emerge from the rift, and King Taron draws his sword. Kill them, he commands. We don't have the keyword gash, though. I wish we did. That sounds amazing. The ghost eaters drift forward slowly and slightly apart so they can surround you. As they stare you down, it feels as though life is being sucked right out of your body. Their tentacles grow faintly blue and crackle with electric energy. You ready yourself for battle. G12, we have the Kiyue Satyr. Before the Ghost Eaters have had a chance to strike, the Satyr charge through the main entry. They form a line and launch a volley of arrows, with a few hitting the high vaulted ceilings of the Grand Hall, but several striking the Ghost Eaters. The arrows are poison-tipped. Though they do not kill the Ghost Eaters, they disorient themselves and slow their movements. You do not stand alone, Jorah shouts to you. Castle Carnival will always be defended with the blood of the Satyr. You notice as they charge forward to attack that the dimensional rift is getting bigger. At the rate that it's growing, it will not be long before it consumes the entire castle.
Yeah, I think it was like an image of the Immortal Knight. It wasn't him actually there. There was something wrong with our collars, and the Immortal Knight had kind of infected the collar.
Yeah, he was glitching out.
But we did have to fight him. So powerful means they get 2 more dice on them.
And it's sluggish though. At the start of this skill check, at the start of each round, we get a stamina to one of our rows.
I think get 3 blues out and.
So have you added a stamina to a row?
So I get 2 blues and you get 1.
Oh, you added a stamina. You didn't confirm or deny.
No, but.
Okay, I get 2. Simple that you added it.
So we'll get 3 blues, and I'll psionic them. Because we're not very good at blues, but we're not very good at greens either. Do you want to buy any more?
We'll just go with it for now.
Well, we only get 4 dice anyway, don't we? Red we don't need, but you can adjust red, can't you? Oh, we don't even need to roll the blues. So, red 3 is useless. But I can... Right, now I've got all of this stuff back. Let's add the weasel. It's going to be useful. Your green and white guy probably useful. 6!
Okay, get the wolf out.
Six. So I can add anything and a white. So can you flip that green? I can flip a green somehow, right? Yeah, I can do this Sylvian's Claw.
No, I can't flip it.
I can flip a green.
Oh, I could flip it because it's white.
Oh, yeah. Use your red manipulations, Rach.
Use my what?
Your red manipulations. There's a red set in there.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Reroll it. So I've got 3 chances.
Yeah. And then you could turn it into any of those colours, couldn't you? 2. Nope. Don't need that. 1. You turn that green. A lot of cards. Yep. So should we leave it there? Oh, yeah. So that 1 goes on green.
Yeah.
Or should we try and...
It's just if we play a card, then it's useless. Like get a dice. What we do, it doesn't do anything. What was the point?
Yeah. We can't kill it. So we lose an XP.
Lose an XP and take 3 damage. 4 damage. And so I've got 14, 15 damage. How much damage have you got?
14.
So I can buy a white. Or do you think we just go for it?
I think we can turn things into those colours pretty easily.
Okay. Did you add a stamina to something?
No.
Not that.
I'm not really fussed about that.
I know, but Well, you rolled that onto the right space with the right number.
There you go. And you just need to turn that red white. Boom. That's see.
Did you? I like how you were.
Was it on camera? The
No,
wrist.
it wasn't.
Did I do it too far back? Because you saw the 5 fingers out.
It wasn't that.
And
you didn't do that pose.
You saw it, didn't you?
Didn't do that pose.
Oh, the comments are going to be flooded later with.
If anyone backs him up,
I went straight down to the casino. You can do it in online casinos as well. You don't actually need the dice in your hand. You just need
3 XP.
5 fingers.
3 XP. Let's move on. 3
XP.
Get your discards back.
The Immortal Knight is immortal.
Pass us the
Although,
book.
is he? Sounds like the king doesn't want him to be. We're in G. Ancestral Castle.
Are we now?
Yeah. There we are. Is Marcy still with us? The word is wow.
You defeat the Ghost Eaters. You drive the Ghost Eaters back through the rift. Jorah, the leader of the Satyr, follows them to the other side. Sorry, see. There we go. Returning soon after with a backpack, immediately the rift seals itself. King Taron snatches the bag from the Satyr. Digging through it, he confirms that his crown and Dagolium sack are still there. I used my crown to open a rift homeward from Moti, the plane of death, he says. Powerful objects always find their way home. While the king busies himself with his pack, Jorah approaches to give her thanks. We could not have done this without you, she says. We are in your debt. Whatever you want from us, it's yours. Do we ask the Satyr for gold, or do we convince them to share the castle?
Share the castle.
With the Duntons. Well, we won't be able to buy any dice, probably. I can. 10, 15. I can take some damage. Convince them then. I was thinking how much money we've got to buy dice. The Satyr scoff at the suggestion that Corleval might be shared, stomping their hooves in anger. However, you did fight by their side faithfully. Perhaps they will be willing to hear you out.
So, purple. How much have I got here? So I suppose I've only got 18 health, so I shouldn't really buy much. Can you buy some purples? I can't use my psionic, but I can adjust purples quite well. I can afford to buy 1 die. If I bought another one, I would be dead. Speechless in the chat.
That's 1 purple.
You bought 1 purple.
I can buy 2 and then I've got 2 health left, so I can't buy nothing else.
Okay. And then what is it? 5.
Yeah.
That's not good colours. Haven't got my psionic, unfortunately. Did she do the flick? I didn't see. I'm gonna slow-mo this back. We can make a compilation out of this.
Silly flick.
Oh, see, she did it.
I didn't do that.
She did it off camera.
I didn't.
Just want to admit to the majesty of it now.
I would absolutely not.
Passed down through generations, that is.
That is true, Matt.
Did you see that last roll? It's harnessing gravity as a tool.
Why can you concentrate, please?
So I can re-roll purple a lot. I can actually subtract 2 from purple and then it's sorted, but I've got a feeling you're going to need some hand-holding to sort out your red domain, Rach. I've sorted the purples. We agreed purple's my department. Decrease the purple by 2. And then we've got 1, 1, 5.
I bet that's tired you out.
So, do I even need to use my other cards? Can I turn things red? Have we rolled a 5? No. or a 6, no.
I'm going to have to add reds in because I can't turn all of those red.
I can increase or decrease purple. Return familiars, that's not going to help. I can turn things into a 5. I can turn that red 3 into a 5.
We'll do that then.
Flip.
Do that.
Do that. And then adding. I can add or subtract 1.
I can turn that green.
I can bring a
into
die
red.
in.
So we only need 1.
What does it need to be, a 1?
A 1. So let me add a red in.
Okay. Is that your second play?
Yeah. So, you are the only tool here.
Tool of God.
Hey.
See? She did it.
I didn't.
She was pointing as she did it. You don't have to want to do the trick
2 XP.
for it to work. You just have to deep down believe in it. And I think
I don't believe in it, and I think everybody knows that I don't believe in it.
I think that last roll has gone a long way to prove the reality of the flick.
We are able to convince them. Though they are frustrated to reach this conclusion, the satyr gradually come to see the reasonableness of your argument. The Duntums will never give up, Jorah concludes, and one day they will bring the full weight of the King's Guard to our doors. Perhaps making peace with the Duntums will help us avoid further conflict with Narlos. Of course, they must agree to our terms. Perhaps you can serve as our negotiator.
25.
Surprising everyone, you make a compelling case that Carnival should be shared. Speaking privately with both parties, you bring them together for a summit of sorts in the Grand Ballroom. By the end, King Taron, Jorah and the Duntums have all signed a treaty meant to last for the next 1,000 years. So, title card 59.
Peacemaker.
And then 1 King's Favour, 1 Dragul Favour, minus 1 Starlit Door, because they are not going to be happy with this. So, we are now at the end. Do we want to use the diary for one last time?
Go on then.
Just for the fun of it. You pull out Lady Dorothea Duntum's diary and search for any entries related to the castle, and stumble upon the following passage. Castle Corleval was never really a home for me. Though we have the walls to protect it, the spirits still break through from time to time. Perhaps in truth the castle belongs to them, or to the satyr who built it, or to no one. All I know is that I cannot claim that it belongs to me. I spent my days here like a house guest, as if waiting for the moment we would pack our bags and return to our true home. Okay, here we go. Your adventure in the Forgotten Forest has come to a close, and your attention turns to the 3 pressing facts. First, that you are wanted for the murder of King Taron. Second, that the king is in fact alive and well. And third, that he seems to have little interest in having his identity revealed to the world. Strangely, he's asked you and everyone else who's seen him to keep his return a secret. I understand this puts you in a difficult position, the king tells you, but you must trust me. We do have the keyword transformed and the keyword peacemaker. Siblings reunited. We do have peacemaker.
Yes.
An uneasy routine takes hold at the castle. The satyr rise early, making a joyous racket in the kitchen and bursting into song. The Duntums spend most of their time dressing and undressing for meals, apparently terrified of being seen in the same outfit twice. On the rare occasions when the 2 groups find themselves in the same place at the same time, they take turns breaking the awkward silence with jokes about the castle's decor or the weather. Do we have satire restored?
No.
Do we have proud owner?
Nope.
Do we have Duntum clan restored?
Nope.
Siblings reunited? Yes, we do. Annabelle and Jeremy are inseparable at first, each singing each other's praises, desperate to spend every waking moment with the other. Before too long, however, you notice signs of an old sibling rivalry resurfacing. Though the youngest, Annabelle, is better at just about everything, and Jeremy grows irritated and resentful. The rest of the Dunton family takes sides, whispering gossip about one sibling into the other's ear. The quest to find Annabelle united the Dunton family, but her return might tear them apart. Are we the cat rescuer? Yes, we are. You've seen Xeris Black Cat several times in the woods. It appears to be following you through the forgotten forest. Sometimes you see it as a spirit, and sometimes in its bodily form, almost as if it's phasing in and out between life and death, periodically abandoning its flesh. The cat has grown fond of you, but a creature who is neither living nor dead could be dangerous. An ill omen, King Taran suggests, as if reading your thoughts. Are we the destroyer of Carnival?
Nope.
Have we got Haunted Castle?
Nope. We are possessed. That's an old one, isn't it?
Yeah. Do we have Haunted Castle, or are we just haunted?
Haunted. No, we're not possessed, are we? It's haunted we are. We're not possessed.
No. No, we haven't even got any of these. Known to Jara.
We've got that.
Known to Jara. Stories are spread amongst the townspeople as the satyrs return to the Forgotten Forest, their ancestral homeland. Having never seen a satyr themselves, the tales that spread are based on the vivid imagination of the locals. Jara, in one account that you overhear, is described as a 7-foot-tall beast with a goat's head and wings like a dragon. This image, of course, bears no resemblance whatsoever to the satyr leader you encountered. We're not Dunton's acquaintance.
Yes.
We are Dunton's acquaintance. Well, that's from ages ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
When word spreads that you met Lord Jeremy Dunton, a number of locals begin following you through town, asking you questions about the man's physical prowess, based on rumours that have spread throughout Fallandor. Is it true he can crush a man's skull with his bare hands? One of them asks you. I heard that he sliced off the heads of 3 satyr warriors with a single blow. Another says. They refuse to leave you alone until you give a brief account of Lord Dunton's appearance and mannerisms. They appear disappointed by your candid description. No. Right, conclusion. Examine your faction tracks to see which favour is highest. Is King's favour higher?
No.
Even different ending. King Taran is not currently interested in revealing himself and pardoning you. All in good time, he says. Meanwhile, if you do not want to return to Cullback and the gallows, I suggest you seek my favour. Without his pardon, you will always be pursued as a kingslayer, and so you agree to follow him, for now. The king leads you over land, avoiding major roads and inns, so your party is not discovered. In several days' time, you smell the sea air and hear strange music. That song, says Taran grimly, means they've already begun their spell. He points to the horizon where you see dragons circling a distant peak. Verandor, Queen of Dragons, is here with her brood. It's our job to silence their song. Well, if he thinks we're going to kill some dragons, he's got another thing coming. Do we do our personal endings now, or do we do them at the end of this whole thing? Okay.
No. And there's not going to be much. It looks like if you're playing 2 players, you can have 2 backstories, which is what we've got. So when you finish your first one, you don't get what you would normally get at the end.
Okay, but I read the bit, don't I?
You don't. A stranger blocks your path. Pulling back her hood, Nephris, the goddess of judgment, reveals her serpentine face. King Taran bows to the goddess. Then he turns to you. Whatever business you have with the gods, King Taran says, make it quick. Nephris approaches and gazes deeply into your eyes. Turn the page. Because we're playing with dual backstories, we ignore what our thing is and go straight to end of list. Nephris vanishes, leaving you alone with King Taran. Now that he has learned of your history with his arena, he is silent. You have made your peace with your past. You nod solemnly to the king, and together you continue your journey eastward toward the rising sun. Mine's lost in time.
Alright, we'll just get the ending of the other backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear this backstory.
Because I think the endings give you powerful cards, so you can't have 2 backstory endings.
That was my favourite backstory. Wounded. Mists swirl around you, pulling you out of waking life and into the presence of Nephras, the goddess of judgment. Have you done both of yours now? You still got one?
Got one left.
Okay. The air around you flickers with visions of your past. You have carved your path through the mists of time, says Nephras. Now it is time to see who you are. Nephras vanishes with her mists, leaving you with King Taron. Learning that you are much older than you appear, the king harries you with questions. The key to the future, Taron announces, is the past. That is what my mother always said. For the moment, at least, the future appears bright. It's just weird that she's
I'd say
like,
as well.
let's see who you are, and then...
Yeah, it is a bit strange, but I would point out that I'm chaotic evil now after making the choices again and again for other people. But the thing is, like, oh, you were dead selfish all the time. I think something's wrong with that. My choices don't reflect the ending that I got.
Yeah.
And it's weird as well. I suppose you're not getting that ending because that your alignment has also been influenced by your other backstory. But I don't feel like I've made chaotic evil choices. The last choice was a good choice. Definitely not evil. Right, so we can these are the things we've got available. There's a bit of Rachel's armour, but I don't know if we're going to have the money for it.
What do you mean you don't have the money for it?
We can spend our XP. We would have had about 30 XP if we hadn't died, I think. Because we've still got 3, 5, 8, 10, 14 XP. So are we gonna do an attribute so that we raise the cap?
Yeah.
So the max is 8. So we've still got 9 XP there. We can up one of our stats. I think I'm going to up intelligence. So I've got 5, but we can have a maximum of 8 now because I gained charisma last time, but I was already at the max of 6. So it was wasted. How much is... I forget all the time. Is it just combat, your current combat dice limit plus 5? Is that the cost of it? Yes. And then to get a new bonus play, it would be 11. So we could buy a new combat die, or we can buy some max HP. I think a combat dice.
Yeah.
Just having 5 and then being able to add. If we're going to have to be fighting like 3 things at a time. So that's all the XP gone. Money. Is this going to fit? There we go. So I suppose we should... Actually, I should have upped my charisma and made that cost like 2. Yeah, then you're getting close to the cap again. So I suppose we should buy you a chain tunic.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's part of Rachel's armor set and it doesn't cost an extra play to do any more. Adding a purple is nice. Can manipulate purple. Changing things into purple. Neither is a halfling.
2 or 6?
That would cost 3 as well, so I guess we should buy it. It costs me 6 because I've got high charisma. And then we've still got a load of money. We could buy one of these, I think. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, Unholy Flail. So that's the opposite of a card I've already got. So instead of decrease, I could increase a card by 1 or 2. Obnoxious turn something purple or white. What about adding more dice? What do you think? We can only afford one of these cards. Or we could save the money if you want. I think adding dice is good though.
Yeah.
Because I can already re-roll purple loads. So,
I'm
and then,
there.
I guess. And then we've still got 4 gold to go into the next adventure with. So, there we go. The king is a liar. We're going along with him instead of killing him.
I'm not killing no dragon.
We didn't kill the witch.
No, she disappeared, but she'll come back.
We'll kill the witch. Because she's got me a faulty alignment.
She might be at the dragon, so I'm not killing a dragon.
Over here? No. Well, yeah, it's weird that like we can't just come out and say like we're not helping you, mate.
Well, we have to try and go with him and say we're going to earn his favour, but if people already think we killed him, I say we kill him.
Yeah. If we're already wanted for that. But anyway, that is it for adventure number 7, episode 8 technically, of Roleplayer Adventures. We will be back. I don't know if there will be one next week. Maybe there will be. We'll have to see. There'll be a stream or two next week still, because it's Christmas Eve, right? Next week.
On Friday, yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be something in the week time. Concordia Solitaria will be going up on Sunday, so you can check that out. And yeah, we'll see you before Christmas, but have a good one. If we don't, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, Matt. We did save the cat. We did negotiate peace.
We did learn the suspicious, dodgy way of rolling.
And somehow we're both chaotic evil. It's not dodgy.
Yeah, but I should be chaotic evil. I haven't made those choices. I've been killing people.
I've been nice. Are you going offline for a week, Monica? Well, enjoy your offline week. I'm sure it'll be good. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll be back with a couple more board games before Christmas, I imagine. Check out the social medias on Monday when it's all been decided. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you very, very soon for some more games and stuff. Bye, everyone. Say bye, Marty.
Bye, Marty.
It's not even moving. Bye.